Hi and welcome to Jeremy's Tech Channel, and today we're checking out KDE Neon. Alright, I decided to run a KDE Neon on a virtual machine as I'm in the process of trying to find something for my wife's laptop. I'm looking at Ubuntu and now I'm checking out KDE Neon. She's got an older laptop, but it's still a 64-bit architecture. And the reason why I'm looking at Ubuntu and KDE Neon for her laptop is I believe KDE is an outstanding configurable desktop environment that's easy for me to make things look the way that I think she will want to work. And two, it doesn't use a lot of resources. No, it's not as resource friendly as XFCE or just using a window manager. For all its features, it really does give a lot for the little amount of resources that it uses. I'm on KDE Neon's website here, and a couple things of note that you should know. It is based on Ubuntu long-term support 2004. It also is only 64-bit. A little super cool thing here is if you know about shells, shells is just a virtual desktop situation, and you can pay for that service, but that's great if you're working on school equipment, you're traveling a lot and can't take your device with you. Essentially, if you have a browser, you can access your desktop. So I may do a video here at some point with shells because I just think that's just super slick. Here's the FAQ. It describes all the things. I'm not going to read all this for you, but what I can tell you is the basic premise of using this is you've got a stable platform through the Ubuntu long-term support base. Then you have the latest KDE application and desktop environment. And they add flatpak and snap support. So really stable base, updated software that you're probably going to use on this computer. Let's check it out. I've already installed it in my Virt Manager virtual machine, and it is pretty great. Now, woohoo, look at that. Those of you on small screens are like, hallelujah, we can see. But obviously, I need to make an adjustment here. Now, I did pre-configure this so that it would be easier to see on a phone. I did a global scaling of 175%. So this is 1920 by 1080, but I did zoom in, and just having this feature first off for KDE to have this simple thing. I'm sure many desktop environments have things like this, but it took me 10 seconds to find it. The thing about KDE that is great is it's so configurable. The problem with KDE is that it's so configurable. There's just a lot of menu items to work through. But if you need it to do something, it's a good chance it can. What I love to see is also they are using the Discover Software Center. And it's beautiful. Looks like there's some updates here, a lot of them. But if I were to go through and try to install some things, check it out. You have Snap and flatpak right here. And right now, for my personal use, I will get my base set with FlatHub. And you can see, boom, 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 all the things you need. It's probably going to be here. And so you have that secure Ubuntu long-term support base, but you can still get wonderful updated software through flatpak, and they are contained within themselves, so they don't need the dependencies of the basic operating system. This is a really great way to have your operating system, your whole system, feel stable and secure, but also feel like you're not missing out. I really, really do like the Discover Store layout. I don't feel like, look at this. They even have a bunch of open source games just sitting here ready to go, and they're broken down. I really do love this Discover Store. I hope more distributions can use this. When I was using Ubuntu, I did need to add flatpak support, which was not hard, and it was easy. And because they use the Discover store as well, it was able to see and then set that flatpak as default and move on. The KDE environment is just wonderful. I can enter edit mode. I can go, you know what? I want to change the panel alignment. I want to make it translucent. I want to add widgets. I want to make this thing look stupid big. For some reason, I want it to look massive. Well, you can do that. You can also make it look itty bitty. Everyone has their reasons for why they want to do things, and they don't judge you for it. Now, who wants that? I don't know. But if you do, have fun. Also, if I want to move these around here, I can do that. I can move this, boop, boop, boop. Switch things around. Super easy. Adding keyboard shortcuts. That's a great deal. Choosing global themes. Here's something about KDE that is great. And it's kind of funny because I know this is just checking out KDE Neon, but the distro name is KDE Neon. So it's really KDE focused. And the beauty of this setup with KDE is you can go find a whole theme that matches your aesthetic and move on with your day. So if I really liked a certain look, like this polarizing Garuda Linux looking desktop, I can do so. I can download this, get a look that I'm looking for. And once again, I know aesthetic is only one part of the puzzle, but if you feel like it has an aesthetically pleasing look, you're going to engage it more. I just wanted to show you, if you are new to Linux and new to KDE, why you may want to choose KDE. There's multiple desktop environments that you should try and see. And some of them, if you're using older hardware, you may not get a chance to use. GNOME is a full-featured desktop environment, but it uses a good amount of resources. XFCE does not use. Let's see what happens here. Oh, sweet. It's all like sweet and color and stuff. But check it out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to configure the wallpaper here. And the wallpaper situation is the same thing. There's the sweet. There we go. Make it match up. But check it out. My desktop looks completely different with just a little bit of research. It's not even research. It was like click a button, put in my password so that it has access. Isn't it great that Linux just doesn't assume you want something? It asks you to make sure you know what you're doing or that you really want to do it. I love that. If I want to check out Kdenlive, look, I've got my sources here. I can choose to install it FlatHub or Snap. Install it. I'm not saying I'm a fan of this theme, but isn't that great? I can sit there and change that theme however I want to. And look, I believe Kdenlive is installed. Kdenlive video editor. Boom. There it is. That was easy, painless, and great, and actually a better experience than going to a website, trying to find the executable, downloading it, all of those kinds of things. I essentially went to a software store. They call it the Software Center, Discover Software Center, and grab it. Also, if you don't like the application launcher, you can show alternatives. You know what? I prefer this one. And now you've got a full screen one, and I can type in Kdenlive, and there it is. You can, and you know what? I don't like that one either. You have 3 main options just right in front of you. which is great. Look, here's more of an older school looking one. And you know what? And I'm wondering, maybe there's something. If I type in get new widgets, download new Plasma widgets, let me just type in applications and see what happens here. So there's another full screen launcher EQ menu 3, which I could check out. Launchpad Plasma, Launchpad applications menu for Plasma. Some of these descriptions they're helpful. Ditto menu for Plasma. So you know what? I'm going to install Ditto menu to check it out because I've never used it before. And let's just see. Add widgets. Ditto menu. Ditto menu. So now I've added that Ditto menu. I'm leaving both of these right by each other. Get this. That's the one of the 3 that you had available. And now, hey, check it out. It even says, "Hi, Jeremy." Well, hello, Ditto menu. How are you today? Can you help me find Kdenlive? Yes, you can. Boom. But KDE Neon really showcases KDE. And it showcases the Discover store, in my opinion. And it showcases a stable underlying. I mean, I really am not able to, at least from the Discover store in their current setup, for me to install Ubuntu deb packages for my software. And I'm not saying I'd want to. I'm not saying I should or I shouldn't. But, you know, I do appreciate that. And let's see here, console. That's my... Oh, look at that. Thanks. What if I were to say sudo apt install synaptic? I can install the Synaptic Package Manager. So I can access the Ubuntu system. And let's see if it showed up here. Let's use this guy. Synaptic Package Manager. In so-called packages. Thanks, Synaptic. But check it out. The KDE Neon team did not enable that by default, so I'm guessing they really don't want you to do that. I really think they want you to experience the latest and greatest KDE environment. They want you to feel stability and to have stability through contained packages for your applications, which I'm totally fine with. I think this is great. I'm liking this. I like the thought process here. It's definitely something that's crossed my mind. No, I don't think it's necessarily immutable as far as an immutable operating system. I've done some research on this. It's popped up a couple times. Fedora Silverblue is one of those projects that is trying to be immutable. I don't think this is necessarily that, or that's what the team is trying to do. But man, if you're just using flatpaks or snaps for your software packages and allow the system with a rock solid stability to manage the back end, what a great way to do your daily computing. Most everything you need is going to come in a flatpak or a snap. So what's keeping you from trying it out, whether putting it on a virtual machine or in a live environment or on your actual device? KDE Neon, I like it. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.